entertaining. I don't know how long he gonna last him with these big shots coming at him, but hey, only time will tell. You know, I'm not here to hype that shit up. That's not even my business. That's somebody else fish to fry.
Yeah.
Jermell Charlo, who has already stepped into the ring with Canelo, isn't impressed by the growing hype surrounding Crawford's chances. Speaking from real in-ring experience, Charlo straightforwardly believes Crawford will struggle to endure Canelo's power for very long. Recalling his own encounter, Charlo openly described Canelo as an absolute monster, admitting, "Maybe I felt it more because it was my first time at this weight." For him, moving up in division to challenge Canelo proved to be a brutal reality check. Now that Crawford is making the same jump, the task in front of him appears even more difficult than expected. Charlo's warning shouldn't be taken lightly, as he suggests Crawford could be stepping into a level of challenge he hasn't fully anticipated. In this weight class, Canelo's dominance is clear and unquestioned, meaning Crawford's speed and skill will be pushed to their absolute limits. Caleb Plant, another fighter who has experienced Canelo's heavy hands firsthand, reinforces the same unsettling truth about just how powerful the Mexican superstar really is.
You know, it's like the first punch he's going to hit you with, you know, your ribs are going to explode.
Experiencing a fight with Canelo Álvarez is something many opponents say leaves a lasting impact, especially physically. One fighter described his power as more than just impact. It's the kind of force that goes straight through you, paired with timing and accuracy that makes him feel like he operates on a completely different level. Because of that, a move up in weight for Terence Crawford to challenge him could open the door to a very different kind of punishment than he has ever faced before. As Caleb Plant explained, it goes beyond toughness alone. It becomes about whether a fighter can actually endure once those clean punches start landing repeatedly. Meanwhile, Amir Khan, who has already shared the ring with Canelo, also weighed in on Crawford's bold decision, offering a first-hand perspective on just how dangerous that matchup could be.
I don't think that should happen. Look, I like Crawford, and I think Canelo is a beast that way. Honestly, I would advise Crawford not.
Khan's warning echoes what many fighters have experienced after stepping into the ring with Canelo. Although he shows respect for Crawford's skills, Khan makes it clear that facing Canelo is a serious risk for the welterweight star. Going up in weight to challenge someone with that level of strength could take a heavy toll, and it's not something Crawford may be fully prepared for. This isn't just casual advice. Khan is speaking from experience. Canelo's power has impacted even the toughest opponents in lasting ways. For Crawford, this fight wouldn't just be about proving toughness. It could become a true test of endurance and survival. Adding fuel to the discussion, Tim Bradley doesn't hold back either, presenting a strong case for why Canelo's size and physicality could create major problems for Crawford.
He is a great fighter. Period. He is. Whether you have him as the greatest or just great, he's a great fighter. And he's going to go down in Mexican history, in the history of boxing, as one of the greatest fighters, period, of this generation. Period.
Bradley gives full credit to Crawford's elite boxing IQ, but points straight to the biggest concern, the size difference. He cautions that Canelo's power, combined with his pressure and ability to cut off the ring, could become too much for Crawford if he can't maintain distance. Taking clean shots from someone like Canelo isn't just dangerous, it can change the entire fight. Crawford is known for his sharp instincts and ability to set traps, but against a fighter as aggressive and physically imposing as Canelo, skill alone may not guarantee success. Bradley's perspective raises an important question. If Crawford can't slow Canelo down, can he really handle the punishment that comes with it? Still, he respects Crawford's ambition to chase greatness by taking on such a challenge, while emphasizing one undeniable reality: size plays a major role.
No, Canelo can be outboxed, or at least I know. Fans don't believe that. I know you don't believe anything I say. I get it. It's all right. He can be outboxed, but the size difference is what's scary about that fight. You know, if Crawford can't hurt him, if Crawford can't stop him from coming forward, and Crawford's great at exposing high guards. He knows how to come underneath and come around it. You know, he knows how to set traps for his opponents, and I think he'll be able to lay a lot of traps for Canelo. I think he'll give him a lot more issues, problems than Charlo, no doubt about it, because of the mentality, and he will come to win. But I just wonder, one, can he take Canelo's punch? You know, and can he stay away from Canelo's punch? And Can he absorb the punishment that he's going to get and have to go through? Because Canelo will close the distance on him, and Canelo will hit him and will pound on him. Now, Crawford, I think, has the skills. But again, I mean, the size, man. That size it's weight classes are different.
Bradley believes Crawford has the ability to outbox Canelo if they were on equal footing. But the difference in weight presents a serious obstacle that can't be ignored. Crawford's speed, accuracy, and high ring IQ are among his biggest advantages. Yet Canelo's physical strength and power could dictate how the fight unfolds. In Bradley's view, Crawford's move to step up is undeniably brave, but dealing with Canelo's presence inside the ring could greatly reduce his effectiveness. Despite all his talent, Crawford might be facing the most demanding challenge of his career. Bradley also makes it clear that he holds Canelo in the highest regard, recognizing him as one of the top fighters of this era.
To beat a Canelo, if they were the same size, pound for pound, Crawford's skill set is better, all right, than Canelo's, in my opinion. Okay? Now, they're not the same size, and that's where the difficulty comes. Okay? All right? But I think that's daring right there to be great for Crawford, because again, his skill set.
Bradley's praise for Canelo highlights the legacy the Mexican star has built in the sport. His success across multiple weight divisions, along with his ability to adapt and evolve in the ring, makes him an incredibly dangerous opponent. Regardless of differing opinions, Canelo's status among boxing's elite is firmly established. Bradley's perspective shows just how challenging it is for any fighter, Crawford included, to handle Canelo's blend of skill, experience, and raw power. In his eyes, Canelo's greatness alone is a major hurdle that Crawford would have to overcome in a fight that could define both of their careers. Even before the bout was officially on the table, Roy Jones Jr. had already voiced his concerns, delivering a serious warning to Crawford about the risks of facing someone like Canelo at that level.
Yeah, what about him and Crawford? About the power he showed. When you fought the proper fight for the proper opponent. When you fight a guy coming up 2 weight classes, you're supposed to bully him. If you fought Floyd Mayweather that way back in the day, we saw a much better fight. But he didn't. But he's learned now, and that shows you that he's improved, and he understands boxing more now. Because he bullied the smaller guy, which is what you're supposed to do. What you say?
What about Crawford, boy?
Crawford still, I think he's a little big for Crawford. I'm not sure about that. Crawford does have punching power and shot, but I think Canelo's a little big. He showed tonight he's pretty big. But I probably would rather see Charlo fight Crawford first, and then see how that goes. If he does good against Charlo with the weight, then let's see him come up and fight Canelo. Yes, but not right now. I want to see Crawford come up with the weight.
Jones, speaking from deep experience, warns that a fight with Canelo could present challenges Crawford has never faced before. While he gives full credit to Crawford's elite skill set, he emphasizes that Canelo's size, strength, and constant pressure create very real dangers. According to Jones, executing a typical game plan against someone with Canelo's ring IQ and durability won't be easy. In his view, this matchup goes beyond pure technique. It becomes a matter of survival. His caution carries serious credibility considering the level of fighters he competed against throughout his career. On the business side of things, legendary promoter Bob Arum also weighs in on the potential showdown, and his outlook for Crawford is far from optimistic.
The floor with him. I love Crawford. I told you when Crawford and Spence that Crawford would beat the hell out of him, but Canelo is a different proposition.
Arum doesn't hold back, confidently stating that if the fight happens, Canelo would likely dominate Crawford. While he gives respect to Crawford's abilities, he believes Canelo is simply operating at a higher level. Even though the matchup is undeniably intriguing, Arum sees only one probable result. In his opinion, Canelo's experience, strength, and well-rounded skill set would be overwhelming for Crawford to handle. To Arum, the fight might generate huge interest, but the outcome feels almost certain in favor of the Mexican star. He also highlights the clear differences in experience and punching power, pointing out how those factors could ultimately decide the fight.
Canelo is used to fighting at a particular level, and and I don't think that Terence can hurt Canelo.
Arum points to Canelo's level of competition and his proven ability to take punishment as areas where he clearly surpasses what Crawford has usually dealt with. He believes Crawford may struggle to hurt Canelo, while Canelo's power has the potential to cause serious damage in return. For Arum, that difference in power is the key element that could determine the outcome. No matter how talented Crawford is, he feels Canelo's experience and ability to inflict damage could ultimately be the deciding factor. Kion Davis, who has shared the ring with both fighters in sparring, also offers his perspective, highlighting the weight gap and the contrasting experience each man brings into the matchup.
Power division, I know he's been at a heavier weight for a while, but like, he's been showing his training and stuff. So I think that's definitely gonna help him. Canelo's experience, you got Crawford, got great experience as well. It's gonna be a great fight, it's gonna be a good chess match. I expect a great fight. If I had to favor somebody, I would just pick Canelo.
Davis notes that Crawford's move up to 168 pounds will require significant adjustments, and while his added size and training could benefit him, it still presents a major challenge. Even with Crawford's elite skill and preparation, Davis tends to favor Canelo due to the clear physical advantages. He expects a tactical, chess-like battle where both fighters try to impose their game plans, but ultimately believes Canelo's experience and natural comfort at this weight will prove decisive. While showing respect for Crawford's talent, Davis feels Canelo's size and power advantages will become more evident as the fight progresses. Having shared the ring with both men, Davis continues his analysis, emphasizing just how difficult it is for Crawford to move up to 168 pounds against a natural fighter like Canelo.
He's naturally really well at 168, and it's just always tough for a guy to come to 168 and come from that many weight classes up and do something like that. If he does it, if anybody can do it.
Davis emphasizes that Canelo's natural comfort at 168 pounds presents a major obstacle for Crawford, who is moving up through multiple weight classes. That kind of jump makes it harder to match strength with a fighter who has long dominated the super middleweight division. Still, Davis doesn't completely rule Crawford out. He points out that if anyone has the skill to overcome those odds, it's him. Crawford's elite boxing IQ and adaptability make him a legitimate threat, and if he can neutralize the weight disadvantage, it would be a career-defining achievement. But against Canelo, that remains a tall order. Roy Jones Jr. offers a different perspective, arguing that the deciding factor won't just be size or power, but Canelo's approach inside the ring. In his view, how Canelo chooses to fight will shape everything. If he sticks to his strengths and fights smart, he likely controls the bout. But if he makes errors or allows Crawford to dictate the pace, the momentum could shift quickly. Jones essentially boils it down to this: if Canelo executes properly, he wins. If he doesn't, Crawford has the tools to capitalize. That makes the fight heavily dependent on Canelo's discipline and mindset. On paper, Canelo versus Crawford has all the ingredients of a classic showdown. Two elite, disciplined champions colliding at the highest level. Canelo brings power, experience, and a proven record against top opposition. Crawford brings speed, intelligence, and the ability to adapt mid-fight. But as Jones highlights, strategy may ultimately decide everything. If Canelo stays composed and sticks to his game plan, he has the edge. If he slips, Crawford could turn the fight on its head. For Crawford, moving up means proving he can handle elite size and strength at 168. And while weight matters, execution matters even more. What do you think? Can Crawford's speed and IQ overcome Canelo's power and experience, or will Canelo's control and discipline prove too much once again?